Mr. President, your administration, like others, is being criticized for its handling of information. Leroy Collins, former governor of Florida, now head of the National Association of Broadcasters, has accused both the Defense Department and the State Department of news suppression in the Cuban crisis. Would you care to comment on your general feeling about that, Mr.
President? It is true that when we learned the matter on Tuesday morning, until we made the announcement on the quarantine on Monday afternoon, that this matter was kept in the highest levels of government. We didn't make any public statement about it. And I returned to Washington that Saturday morning because I had a campaign trip that was going to take me till Sunday evening, and I had to come back, and we did not want to indicate to the Soviet Union or to Cuba or anyone else who might be our adversaries the extent of our information until we had determined what our policy would be and until we had consulted with our allies, the members of OAS and NATO. So for those very good reasons, I believe, this matter was kept by the government until Monday night. There is at least one newspaper learned about some of the details on Sunday evening and did not print it for reasons of public interest. I have no apologies for that. I don't think that there's any doubt that it would have been a great mistake and possibly a disaster if this news had dribbled out when we were unsure of the extent of the Soviet buildup in Cuba, and when we were unsure of our response, and when we had not consulted with any of our allies who might themselves have been involved in great difficulties as a result of our action. During the week then, from Monday till Sunday, when we received Mr. Khrushchev's first message about the withdrawal, we attempted to have the government speak with one voice. There were obvious restraints on the newspaper men. They were not permitted, for example, to go to Guantanamo because obviously that might be an area which might be under attack. Since that Sunday, we have tried to, or at least attempt to lift any restraints from the news, and I'm really, as a reader of a good many papers, it seems to me that the papers have more or less reflected quite accurately the state of our negotiations with the Soviet Union. They have, in a sense, been suspended because we've been arguing about this question of IL-28. So there hasn't been any real progress that we could point to or any hard information that we could put out until today, which we're now doing. Now, if the procedures which have been set out, which are really to protect the interest of security of the United States, are being used in a way inimical to the free flow of news, then we will change those procedures.